All right, starting off the day, we got our truck full of our truck full of stumps here. And I think Gene's coming by today. I think I'm going to try to do 2 out of a few of these. Like, he wants them about 10 inches thick. So that's like 2, 4, 6. Maybe not. This one's got some cracks. It's like 2, 4, 6, 10. That one in the middle. Couple of others just for good measure. You know, as long as I'm up there, I like to pull down enough to make sure I get the job done no matter what. This is a nice one, pine. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us. We got enough to fit the job. The wasps have been sprayed. Oh, you can just see in there they were building something nasty. There's also some right up here. Look at that. What a bunch of dicks, huh? Yeah, anyways. Oh, can you see that? Sprayed them. I'm going to try to track down when I shut off, Rick, here, listen to this. You can't hear it so well. There's this line right here. It's like very highly suspect. It's got a lot of weird shit going on it. So I just want to make sure that that's not leaking before I go to the trouble of replacing the air dryer, which I have to replace anyways, but, you know, doing my due diligence. All right. Time lapse in a little bit. Hopefully we'll see Gene here soon. Okay. Time to get to work. Had a couple of friends visit, phone conversations, a lot of blah blah, a lot of yada yada. We at least have our first cookie on the mill bed. It's not ready yet, but we're getting there. Get the resting place for the old camera set here, and I'll see you later. The people have spoken. You want grain, you got grain. This is a considerably spalted maple stump cut. It's getting punky. You probably saw in the time lapse, this whole middle section just dropped right out of the log. So this may or may not work. You know, once something's on here, finish up the cut. Time to move on. Gotta get this show on the road. This is half of 10. I don't know if this is gonna work. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm gonna say I'm still at 0. Okay, some more grain for you. This is, I'm pretty sure, white oak, although it could be white or burr or black oak, any number of species of oak that we have up here in Wisconsin. Pretty sure it's just plain old white oak though. This is pretty old. You can kind of tell by how dark it gets. It gets darker and darker as it ages. And you can see there's some pretty significant rot that set in. But for our purposes, this will do. It's pretty funny, by the way, when the stump I moved before this one was the white pine stump. But I'll tell you, there's a pretty significant difference in weight between the white pine and the white oak stumps. Does that surprise you? This one's really heavy. The white pine stump was completely manageable. It didn't surprise me. I didn't enjoy the contrast. I kind of like white pine. I sometimes dream like, ooh, what if I lived in a carnivorous region? I feel like my life might be better. Hey, he's a grainiac on the mill, and he's milling like he's never milled before. He's a grainiac. Some grain for your brain. Some grain for your brain. All right, fine. I suppose the grain's a fun part. It just takes extra time. It's like 5 minutes. Gotta stay on schedule. I'm like a freaking train. I'm like the Amtrak, the Orient Express, the BART. I don't know. Something. Look at these colors. Ooh, very interesting. Reds and dark blacks. Look at the crimson over here. Just really interesting. This thing is been sitting in the yard for a while. It's kind of punked out, really mushy. That said, it's really cool looking. I think if you actually wanted to make some furniture or something out of that, you'd probably need to stabilize it somehow. A bunch of filler or sanding sealant. Put it in a big vacuum and try to suck a bunch of plastic essentially into it. Anyways, looks cool. Keeping on. I think this is number 5. 4 or 5. 5 or 6 to go. Something like that. Making progress. This is a very labor intensive job. This is not the typical type of milling that a person enjoys. But it's fine. We're getting through it. Is that right? Fast forward yesterday to today. Had some calls, had to go take a look at a prospective mill job. We'll see if they come through with it or not. I'm kind of like doubtful. I feel like you can usually tell. This person seemed to be like, hold on, let me see these tires over here. Let me just kick these tires. Like, I've been thinking about doing this. I got plans. I'm going to do it. Like, all right, whatever, dude. Call me when you're ready. I'm not going to water pop this ash round. Maybe not even the next one. I'm just going to finish up. Almost there. I need 8 bases. I feel pretty good about the dimensions. Hopefully client will be by later today, maybe tomorrow, to double check. If not, I might need to pull another stump or two. Got to get the machine warmed up. Got to switch out this finish pedestal for one of the other stumps. And then I'd like to take a little break from milling. You know, it's like I enjoy milling. You know, if I can mill 5 days a week, I'm thankful for it. But man, does that take it out of you. Milling 5 days a week when you're doing it by yourself. Ooh. So I'm hoping for maybe an easier finish to today into tomorrow. Have some of my own projects that I really like to work on. So anyways, that should finish up the day. It's going to be time lapse, probably go by fairly quickly. The milling should be done. Toot sweet. Classic ash. You'll have to put up with my talk radio podcast. I guess, okay, no one called it talk radio anymore. Okay, it's podcast in the background. But wow, what a pretty stump. Ash can be so stinking pretty. I mean, this might be some of the prettiest gray, and ash is just awesome. It's so sad that those trees are very highly likely to be, I mean, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen with them, but there's a real chance that, like, generations from now don't really have ash trees like we had them. I mean, sad to think about, but probably pretty highly likely. Back to time lapse. Hey, okay, I believe that will do it. I'm cookied out. No more cookie, my Wookie. A little 80s movie reference for you youngsters there. Not for you under 18 youngsters though. That's a R-rated movie. Happy to not have to be jumping up and out of that thing a few times an hour for a couple of days, or at least a day. Kind of wore myself out this last week and a half. Milling is hard work. So here are the 3 ash pedestals, right? And then we have that weird maple that the bottom kind of dropped out of. Oak. This is that spongy pine, ash. So we'll see. Hopefully these work. You know, the client always knows best. I went and took a look at the sculptures this morning to measure the bases of them, see how they would compare to what we cut there. I think I like it. I think I have it there. But I wouldn't be surprised if I had to go and pick another stump or two, which is fine. You know, just got to make sure that people leave happy. That's the key. Next up for me, hopefully, will be getting this project off my bench. I have to cut this this rod down into small lengths. It'll be like dowels that this sit on in terms of a shelf system to go for some knickknacks in our kitchen area. A lot of cuts. Here's the cut list. Clean workbench, yay. Took some time to clean that up. Always worth it, taking time to organize. I joke with clients when they come in, I'm like, every second or third week you're gonna come in, the place will be spotless and organized and clean, and then a mess will be made again. But it's that spotless and clean and organized part that I think is really important, and I like to do that at least every couple of weeks. Sometimes less, sometimes more. It just feels better. Everything's easier to get done. So yeah, anyways, blah, blah. Peace. Thanks for watching the videos. I really appreciate it. Enjoy. We'll have some more next week.